Hello guys, this is Kunjan Shah. Welcome to my channel Lex Talk. So now I will explain you the folder structures of the React Native project. So in the left hand side in the Visual Studio Code you will find all the folders. So let's talk about all the folders. Actually I have list down all the description of the particular folder. So first folder is a test. Here this is a test folder. In this test folder you will find one file app test.js, and you can see one test cases in this folder. So this folder is useful for test cases, means like a unit test, Mockito test. So we need, if we want to write any test cases, then we need have to write in this file or in this folder. Another is a folder name is Android. So Android folder is for the Android project. So here in this folder you will find all the files and folder related to only Android. Okay, this is for the Android and this is for the iOS. In this file, in this iOS folder, you will find all the files related to iOS. Okay, this is the build folder, means if you build the project, this folder will create. It's a temporary project, it's not an important folder. Then this is a node underscore module folder. The node underscore module folder is used to save all the download packages from npm in your computer for JavaScript project that you have, means the React Native project which we are building. So all the npm files on npm packages, it means when you install the node.js like npm install, so all the bundles of or packages is going to install. So all these bundles is reside in the npm underscore module node underscore module folder. So what is the recommended, that developers are always recommended to do fresh install with npm install each time they downloaded a JavaScript project into their computer. It means if you clone any project, if you clone any React Native project, or if you move one React Native project with one computer to another computer, then you should install a latest npm packages with the npm space install command. So always recommend all developer to install fresh npm packages in your project when you clone or when you copy any React Native project. Okay, React Native, or we can say JavaScript project in their computer. Okay, now another file is a, see here you can see all the JavaScript packages which is going to help while we are I mean building the projects. This src folder, this folder I have created, it's not a default folder. This I have created because it's going to help while coding pattern, means which file we should uh, go in this particular pattern. Assets file will reside in a asset folder, then components file should be in component. So this is the, I have created this structure. It's a man-made structure, it's not a default React Native structure. We can change the structure also as per our need. I will explain this a bit more in later. Now here you can see all the dot files, means dot bug config, dot eslint rc, dot flow config, dot git attributes, dot git ignore, dot pt dot js. So this file is not important. Actually, this is already configured file, configured in the React Native. It is not useful while creating the React Native project. But let me give you some short idea. Bug config. So bug config, this file, the configuration file or for the bug is actually build system and is created by the Facebook. So this file is used for to speed up the builds and many more advantages, but I will not go in this uh, in the deep. This is not a important for the developer actually. Just we need to keep in mind that this is the related to build system and this is used for speed up the builds. Another is a lint rc.js. As per the name, here we can see eslint.js. Okay, this is a bug config file, and eslint.js, as per the name, the configuration file for the eslint, a JavaScript and JSX linter. It means it's a tool for the code quality. Means a linter error or linter warning if you want to check, then this file will be useful. Another file name is flow config file. This one, flow config file. So this file will use for configuration file for the flow, a static type checker for the JavaScript. Flow treats the directory that contains the .flow config as a project root. Means where this file is resides, this is a root folder of the project. As he says, it says that flow treat a directory that contains the this file is a project root. So by default, the flow includes all the source code under the project root. So if this .flow config file here, so this is the root project. We can consider like this. Okay. So it's just a static type checker for the JavaScript. Means we can say it's a compile time error check, static type checker for the JavaScript. Another two files is a git ignore and git attributes. So it's a version control file. It's ignore all the files in the version control that should be unique to each development machine. So this is the version control file. Means whatever you mention in this file, this all these things are ignored while you commit or push in the version control. Okay. Now another is important file is a watchman config. So watchman config file, here you can see here nothing, but the use of this file is like a debug purpose. If you want to see the root configuration, any parameters, then you can see like the configuration file for the watchman, the file watch services. Watchman config is a present in the root directory. Watchman will load it and use it as a source of configuration information specific to that root. Means if you want to check the configurations of the source or of the root file, so with this config file you can check. So it's not very important for the development, just to check the source configuration or root configuration. The most important file in the React Native is this app.js. It's a main component in our React Native app. So all the codes which you will do here in app.js file. So app.js file is the most important file in the React Native. Then another is a app.json. Here you can see app.json. Here you can see name and display name, the name of the application or the display name of the application. Used by React Native contains the name of your app. If you want to change the name of your application, you can change by this here. Okay. Now another is important file is babel.config. Babel.config file, this file. So here you can include or you can mention all the modules which is not a native modules, I mean which is not a JavaScript module. So if you mention here a non-JavaScript modules, this file will convert into a pure JavaScript. So the Babel config.js, the configuration file for the Babel, it is a compiler actually. and transpiler for the JavaScript, which compile our code into JavaScript ES file com compliant. So this is, we can say, compiler. It compiles the our JavaScript code. Means whatever module we mention here, this module the Babel is compiled to pure JavaScript, and the browser will interpret to display the content. Now another important file is index.js. In index.js, the main file of our application where the components are registered. Here, in the other words, we can say index.js is a bootloader file. Means all the JavaScript first load this index.js, and here all the components are registered, which we have mentioned in the code. All the components are registered here first, and then from here the application will start. So here you can see app.js, app.json, and here you can see app registry, register the component. This is the app.js file which we need to do the code, all the codes. And this is the app.json file, the application name. Another is a metro.config.js. This one, metro.config.js. What is the use for this file? This file is a configuration file for a metro. Now what is a metro? Metro is a React Native JavaScript bundler. It is a bundler actually. It takes in a entry file and various option. It takes a multiple entry point, and it give you back a single JavaScript file that include all your code and its dependencies. So we need to give all the inputs or multiple inputs, and this file will give us the single file with the output with multiple dependencies. Give you back a single JavaScript file that include all your code and its dependencies. So it is actually the React Native is doing it automatically. We no need to worry about this. Now this one is a package lock.json. Here we can see all the dependencies, or here we can see all the versions only, version numbers. So the JSON is solely used to lock dependencies to specific version number. So as we mentioned, the dependencies in a metro.config or here node underscore modules. So all the dependencies version are locked into this file, package lock.json. Here you will find all the version numbers of the dependencies. And now the last, package.json. So it is a more than version number. Here you can find script, you can find script name, version, dependencies. So the JSON is used for more than dependencies, like defining a project properties, description, author and license information, script, etc. All these things you will find here, package.json. Yeah, so that's it for the React Native project structure, file structure. Okay, thank you very much.